The process of reconstituting the polls body IEBC entered its final stages today as the four nominees, Julianna Cherera, Professor Francis Wanderi, Irene Masit and Justus Abonyo, appeared before the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee for their approval hearing. Today's events coming hot on the heels of the Court of Appeal judgment that has put the IEBC in limbo after the judges stated that the Commission did not have the requisite quorum to make policy decisions, for instance, the verification of signatures for the Building Bridges initiative. Chamutai Goin has more now on this.
With several activities, including 17 by-elections that were carried out by IEBC from 2018 hanging in the balance after the Court of Appeal upheld the High Court ruling that declared the Chebukati-led commission as having lacked quorum when it carried out the verification of BBR signatures.
My name is Muturi Kigano.
The Justice and Legal Affairs Committee today carried out the approval hearing of 4 commissioners nominated to fill the vacant slots and raise the numbers. The committee, which is set to retreat this Thursday and Friday to draft its report which will decide the fate of the 4 nominees, will be considering a crucial matter that may have been overlooked by the vetting panel when they interviewed Irene Masit, one of the nominees. Article 88 of the Constitution states that a person who has within the preceding 5 years held office or stood for election as a member of Parliament, County Assembly, been a member of the governing body of a political party or held state office is not eligible for appointment as a commissioner.
You said you contested for an election in 2013.
Yes.
Did you participate in the election of 2017?
I was at the nominations.
Participate in the nomination?
Yes.
On which party?
I was in Jubilee.
Jubilee?
Yes.
How many votes did you get?
No, I didn't reach the final.
You applied for the nomination?
I was actually campaigning for the party.
You know, nomination is also part of the election process.
Yeah.
The election is not only the general election.
Sure.
Nomination also is part of the election process. Mm-hmm. So you participated in the nomination of the Jubilee Party at 2017.
Yes.
Despite the hitch, Masit said she would use her management skills to restore order in the poll body, saying constant training was the antidote to errors that result in nullification of elections. Sentiments shared by her fellow nominees who noted the importance of building bridges between the Commission and the Secretariat.
No Kenyan who is in sound mind would want to see an election like the one we saw last time. We would want to do a good process. We take control of us. We agree. And not only the commissioners. I want to imagine that the managers and the secretariat is part of the process.
The decisions that are going to affect this current election has to be done by the full quorum so that we don't give a gap that come elections and results are announced, we are revisited with this question back there. So I will propose that everything that concerns the urgent need of this general election is brought on the table and discussed and agreed amongst the 7 commissioners that will be appointed.
But the elephant in the room remained: if the kitchen became too hot, would they, like their predecessors, bolt?
Do we have a commissioner who has the strength of character to withstand the executive, especially when times call for it? That is the biggest thing. And that is why Commissioner Kombe at some point resigned. But we don't want you to resign. I think it is a question of principles, a question also of respecting the authorities, but not fearing the authorities.
With under a year until the country goes to the polls, the constitution of IEBC is critical to give the Commission sufficient time to prepare for the general election slated for August 9th next year. Chamutai Goin, Citizen TV.